Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today we are starting our kitchen remodel. So today is actually going to be changing out all the hardware on the doors, the sliders on the drawers. So I'm gonna be going through while he's doing that and getting all the dishes out because we decided to paint the inside of our cabinets because they're so dark. So I'll be taking all the dishes out of the cabinets. But because we're gonna be doing a light sanding, I figured that it would be best to go ahead and just pack up all the dishes and get them out of here. All right, so this cabinet already has the new hinges on it, but you can see how dark these are. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking all these dishes out. This door has the new hinges as well. This is the old hardware. This is what the new hardware is gonna be.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not.
You guys will get to see me hurt myself a couple of times in this video, but here I just smashed my shin, and then I'm showing you guys that I'm using Dawn dish soap and water mixture here to spray out the cabinet.
If you stay, know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
So you guys will see here, I was removing all of the little pegs for holding the shelves. And at first I thought they were just snapping off inside of here because of the method I was using. But then eventually I realized I think a lot of them are actually just dry rotted. So some of them popped out without a problem, but then others of them just kept snapping off inside the hole. But it ended up actually being a pretty easy fix. We ended up drilling into them later, and I may have clips of that in a future video. But yeah, it ended up not being a big deal. At first I was worried that this was going to create a lot more work for us, but it wasn't really a big deal.
But I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time.
Now this dust that you guys are seeing here, I'll show you in a couple of other cabinets as well. This is the dust that was created by Aaron drilling out the areas for the new hinges. And so that's one of the many reasons that he actually placed all the new hinges prior to us doing everything, so he could get the holes drilled and all of that before we painted. Switch to these.
Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. We watch the sun go down over the same old town. Stay. Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
So we had bought a few boxes from Lowe's because we were there. We didn't think we needed that many, and once we started realizing that if we were going to take all the cabinets out, we needed a lot of more boxes, we ended up going to our local grocery store and they gave us some boxes for free, so that was really nice.
Know you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay. Your face in the crowd, I never thought that I would see it tonight. We lock eyes and you smile, every single memory comes back to life. Your lips pressed against mine after a night out. We got drunk and ended up at your place. From the moment that I saw you, I knew that it was love, bet that you felt the same. Standing here, I need to let you know, what if I had never let you go? Standing here, I need to let you know that I need you tonight. You should know that I miss you. got drunk and ended up at your place. That kind of love is not easy to find, babe. I haven't felt that since you went away. Sitting here, I need to let you know. What if I had never let you go? Sitting here, I need to let you know that I need you tonight. You should know that I miss you.
So you guys see here how it's dark on the cabinet. That was actually like caked on dirt, grime, grease, and almost all of the cabinets and the drawers had that in all of the designs at the top and around the edges on the drawers. And so it really felt good to get all of this cleaned out, and it just took a little bit of extra time. Some areas the grease was so like thick. When we did the degreaser, we actually had to scrape it off. It's kind of crazy.
Wondering if you miss me too. I'm losing myself in the city sounds. For a while I'm fine, but as soon as it gets quiet, I know I'm screwed. Oh, I can hear my own heart breaking.
I don't know what it was, but ever since we moved into the house, all of the cabinets inside of them has this weird musky smell, and so I'm not really sure what that's about, but I noticed that the old paper that I was pulling out of all of these cabinets smelled pretty bad as well, but then the wood itself smelled bad. So we did scrub these down. I used my soap and water mixture, which is an off-brand of Dawn, so it's a degreaser basically. And throughout this process, the shelves and the cabinets, like bases and everything ended up getting wiped off at least like 5 or 6 times. It was a lot, and then they ended up getting degreased later, but I'll explain as I go through these videos what we did and why we did it. But yeah, everything in here got a really good cleaning, and since we hadn't done that since we moved in, it was actually kind of nice to get that done, even though it was so much work. Regardless of that, it really did feel good to have all of this cleaned. Like I said, we've been in this house for about 5 years and we had not done that yet. So here Aaron was just putting the tracks onto the drawers, and you guys will see a clip in a few moments of him actually putting the sliders inside of the actual cabinets.
Hear the sound of my heart breaking over you. Oh, I can hear my own heart breaking to you. Hear the sound of my heart breaking over you. The sound of my heart breaking. If only I can make you change your mind. I'm losing myself in the city sounds. It's over. Is it over now? If only I can make you change your mind. I'm losing myself in the city sounds. It's over. I can hear my own heart breaking.
So as you guys may have noticed, as I was removing everything from the cabinets, wiping out the insides, I was also wiping out the outsides and wiping off the doors and all of that. And again, we are going in later with the degreaser, but this was just to get the majority of any crumbs or dust, dirt, grime buildup that was on there prior to us doing the next phase.
But you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake now, you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side. I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick,
So here you'll see that Aaron was using glue gun to remove all of the old child-proof little levers for the drawers. They never worked really well for us anyway, so we won't be replacing those, but we did have those on any of our drawers that had like batteries or needles or anything we didn't want our toddlers to be able to get into.
I know that I messed up, wish I could take it back, but it doesn't matter when you look at me like that. I know that I fucked up, but that doesn't work as an excuse. Sorry doesn't cut it, but I'm sorry for what I did to you. Can only sleep with the TV on. Ever since you left, I'm going through the motions. I'm laying here looking at the door. Please come home, you belong by my side, babe. It's getting cold on the side where you used to sleep, so I get drunk, tangled up in these dirty sheets. I cannot live with myself if you call it quits. I'm gonna stay in this bed until you love me again. If you could just listen to what I have to say, a minute of your time, that's all I want, then I'm out of your way.
So you guys will see under the sink here looks really disgusting. It smelled so bad too, and I actually was pulling everything out of here and I ended up smacking my hand. It hurts so bad. The reason this was so bad is because we keep having a series of leaks, and we had fixed one leak and then we had another, and then we thought that it was coming out of the pipe at one point and that was fixed, but it seems like now the sills around the actual sink and the disposal have leaks. So we kind of pinpointed it. We couldn't figure out for so long why we kept having leaks down here and the water stagnant. Oh, it smells so bad. Sometimes we wouldn't see that we had a leak until a few days later. Once we had pulled everything out and we were painting the cabinets, we were still getting leaks. But we pretty much pinpointed that if I fill the sink up with water and let it all out at once, or I dump a whole bunch of water down the sink, then it starts to drip around the sides of the middle sink that we have. And so I think we've kind of figured it out, but yeah, that's why this was so bad. And you guys, it smelled so bad.
Stay in this bed until you love me. It's getting cold on the side where you used to sleep, so I get drunk, tangled up in these dirty sheets. I cannot live with myself if you call it quits. I'm gonna stay in this bed until you love me again. Back at me, I don't know what happened. Guess we weren't meant to be.
So here Aaron is putting the sliders in. These blue things are actually like a jig that he got to help him put the sliders in. I'll try to remember to link that down below in case you guys are looking for something like that. I know nothing about it, so I'm not going to pretend I do, but you know, this was just something that helped him to put the sliders in. And he did go through and put all of the sliders in place on the drawers and in the cabinets before we actually painted or did any of that. And so then he had to actually take some of the sliders off, I think just the inside, but he was able to leave the sliders on the actual drawers themselves on, because we only had to take the faces off the drawers and paint the faces. So the drawers were able to stay how they were, but the cabinets, he did have to take the sliders back out on some of them, but just placing them with the jig and everything, he was able to easily go back and replace everything. So it actually sped him up later on, even though this ended up being so much work. We ended up having about 5 days of prep work because of him changing out all of the hinges and the drawers and all of that. And you guys will see some clips of that in some future videos as well.
Look at us now, we scream, we fight, and no one knows the reason. We're both getting out of line. Now say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. We were holding on to something that we both know couldn't work, so we should try to say goodbye. You know we had our problems, so now we have to try to move on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you, and it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Oh, I'll get over you. Small town, big crowd, and there you were in front of me. Small talk, big thoughts, all we wanted was to escape. This sounds too small for dreams like this. Don't wanna settle down, don't wanna miss out on adventures, things we haven't seen. Take my hand and follow me. Baby, we're leaving at midnight. It's time for a change, let's get out of here. We'll never look back, this is our time. We're leaving at midnight, leaving at midnight.
So I figured this kitchen remodel project would also be a great time to declutter, since I had a lot of cabinets that I had still not made it around to organizing. And it really was, you guys will see me pull like a George Foreman grill and a bunch of like water cups and stuff out of this bottom cabinet. The fact that those water cups are in this bottom cabinet should tell you, if nothing else does, that they aren't used very often. So we did get rid of the George Foreman grill because we haven't probably used that in like at least 5 years. I know for sure we haven't used it since we moved into this house, probably way longer. And yeah, so we got rid of that. We got rid of a bunch of these water cups that were just like souvenirs from different trips, but stuff that we don't use. And so that was actually good. We got rid of a bigger box of stuff from just this cabinet here. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more decluttering coming as we go to put everything back in the cabinets.
It's time for a change, let's get out of here. We'll never look back, this is our time. We're leaving at midnight, leaving at midnight.
been working on this since about 10 o'clock. It's 6:15, and so far we've made an amazing disaster. So this is all the stuff I've taken out of the cabinet. So far I've gotten everything removed from all the cabinets. I have them all wiped down, and Aaron has done all the slides and stuff on these, but he's not quite. I don't think you're halfway done yet, huh? He's not even halfway done. Maybe 30%.
Yeah. 30 or 40.
He's taking all of this. You guys probably would have seen a clip before this, but he's taking all the sliders off and replacing them, and he's going to replace all the hinges on the doors. He's done a few of the doors. And then this is more mess. You guys saw a clip earlier, but this is how it's looking. It looks like a garage sale in here. Oh my gosh. They're having fun though, at least. Here's what they're doing. We kind of set up this situation because they were starting to kind of get into everything. Probably work several more hours today, and then we'll have a few more hours tomorrow. All right, so this was day one of our project, you guys. This ended up being so much more than we even expected. We had so much, so you guys will probably have a series of videos coming for all of these videos. I haven't even looked at all of my clips yet to see what all I have, but I appreciate you watching. Make sure that you subscribe if you're not already and you want to follow along with the series of our kitchen remodel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.